Damn. You know, that's watching TV is chances are you're watching Netflix or Hulu Plus or HBO Go, and all of those apps are available on the 360. And HBO Go isn't even available on the Xbone yet. Like, so, I mean, I think to my knowledge, it isn't. But all of those things are available on the 360, and so I don't know, the 360 was already a entertainment in itself. The only exception being that this thing can play Blu-rays, as far as I know. You know, you can hook your cable into it, which if you're too lazy to fucking, I don't know. You can just switch the input on your TV. Boom, like now you're watching cable. It wasn't like it was a massive convenience to be like, well, fuck. You know, you're just essentially you're just hitting buttons on a different remote, you know? So I think, like, just focus on games. I just want to see the new games coming out, which there is a bunch of cool shit. So they announced Halo 5 today as I'm recording this. Which I'm pumped about, you know, like Halo. I never really played multiplayer. Halo, it's weird. I am a campaign guy on Halo. I love me some Master Chief. This wasn't always the case. Actually, I wasn't a Halo fan for the longest time until Halo 2, and then kind of forgot about it. I didn't really like Halo 3 my first playthrough, and then got sucked back into everything when they announced Halo 4. And then I wound up playing Reach and Halo 3 and got really into them that way. So, you know, I'm really pumped. But what I'm really excited about, and too, is that they've said that they're going to do this, like, Master Chief Collection. So they're redoing all the Halo games for the Xbox One, which is awesome. I totally, you know, would give up money to play those games again on a new console. You know, like, kind of refinish or whatever. I'd love to see... you know, speaking of a lot of redos, because I feel like a lot of games are getting redone lately. My favorite remake of any game was the original Resident Evil. So they remade that for the GameCube. It was cool because they added, like, I mean, it was a couple scenes, but they added a bunch of shit to the plot. Detail-wise, like, it totally added some pretty cool stuff to the plot. And, graphics upgrade was awesome. I kind of wish they would go back and do Resident Evil 2 and 3 in that way, and kind of get rid of the like classic PS1 graphics a bit, and get back into, like, I don't know, like the GameCube one looks really cool. The atmosphere is awesome. You know, and I mean, it'll be cool to kind of see like that dude from the Evil Within. Although, you know, from reports I'm hearing, Evil Within's looking kind of doo-doo. I don't know, and you just never know with games. You know, it's like a hit or miss, like Beyond and Heavy Rain. When I got Heavy Rain, I thought or when I got Beyond, when I got Beyond, I thought it was gonna be the jam because Heavy Rain was so damn good, and Heavy Rain was kind of just one of those accidents, and it's probably subjective. Like, I think I was gonna love Heavy Rain going into it because of just articles I had read and the content. You know, you could just tell if that's something that you're into. You know what I mean? And I used kind of that guide to go off the games. Like, take, like, Marcus and I love bagging on Operation Raccoon City. And don't get us wrong, it's a sack of shit of a game. Like, it is just the worst piece of crap I've ever played. It doesn't flow well. But co-op will make any terrible game fun, and playing that with him is what makes that game even remotely playable. Like, yeah, if you're going through it by yourself and you have the shitty AI, I mean, it becomes ungodly, but... You know, when you get a couple buddies in there to, like, laugh about it and dick around about it, it makes it, you're far more forgiving, you know. And really, though, what led me to that was the fact that it was Resident Evil, you know. Like, I'm just always, like, interested in furthering plot lines in Resident Evil, and so getting that kind of, like, alternate, kind of, I guess, like, you know, yeah, like essentially alternate universe of, like, because in the game you can, like, kill Leon and all that. You know, take on the game was a lot of fun to kind of get to do. I mean, granted, they could have done a better job on it, but I don't know. People aren't taking their time anymore, it feels. Which is weird because we as consumers want this shit as fast as we can get it. But we, you know, when we get this inferior product that's been released to kind of keep up with our demand, we get pissed off. You know, like, look at Call of Duty. So we always want a new COD. Well, I think people are finally stepping back and be like, no, you know, no. It's funny. People only want a new one immediately when a crappy one comes out, but the crappy ones are coming out because they're not spending a time of it. So they now have 3 different studios developing this game. Which, okay, so cool thing about Sledgehammer I didn't know about was they did Dead Space. Those are all the dudes from, I think a majority of the dudes that did the original Dead Space, which is like, from what I hear, the one. If you're like a horror fan. Like a traditional, you know, survival horror, Resident Evil type, you know, if you like, ooh.
She's down there. See if you can get a shot. Get me some light. There she is.
You know, I hear that's the one. My friend Dylan's that way. He loves kind of like classic horror games and being scared in that way. And so he was disappointed by Dead Space 2. We kind of like the same things about... Let's be trying to get that light. That shit don't work, dude. You know, I love that Isaac doesn't talk in Dead Space 1. Because... You know, I can't even tell you why. Because it lets me, like, insert myself into his character more. But I love that he's just all business. He puts that helmet on. That's one of my favorite scenes in the beginning. He puts that helmet on. You know, and I love that he is just essentially a repairman in the first game. He's not a badass, he's a repairman. Now, I get, like, I've had this conversation with Dylan, so, like, of course, the more that Isaac fights the Necromorphs, and granted, like, I have not played 2 or 3. I'm behind on the times of that game. Or those games. But, you know, of course, okay, so the more he fights the Necromorphs, yeah, he's going to learn more and become better at it, you know. I get that. But I think there was, like, too drastic a jump for Dylan. And, again, like, I'm saying, like, this is his report to me. Because he did not, like, you know, he, like, critically, Dead Space 2 just got, like, oh, it's the jam, you know, this is a great game. But it stopped being exactly what Dylan loved about it, you know. And that can be, I mean, games evolve, but you always want them to kind of stay true to what they are. That kind of went all over the place, but my brain is very good at doing that, you know. I'm excited. I really want to finish the Dead Space trilogy. I gotta catch up on all these old games, man. Like, I followed BioShock and a couple other series because I love them, but, dudes, I got sucked into Call of Duty. And, I mean, I'm still into it. Like, I have a lot of fun in Call of Duty. But, I mean, God, we're donkulous sucked into it. I play a lot more single-player games now. Marcus is trying to get me to play the Elder Scrolls Online, but I just can't get into to MMOs to save my life. Like, it just, I don't know. I don't want to, I already paid for Xbox Live, and so, I don't know, I don't want to pay $15 a month to play another game. You know, I mean, I would do it, honestly, but I know my wife she's against that shit. She's like, nah. And I mean, and looking at it too, I would feel the need to play that more if I paid for it. And I tend to, you know, I like to bounce around. And you can't really, oh, badass Lara time. You can't really do that. If you're paying $15 a month, you know, you feel the need to like, well shit, I spent my $15, I better play this game. And that just, you know, didn't flow right if,
Lara, climb over. Come on.
Head for Roth. I'll follow. And Sam, don't get on the helicopter.
Just trust me. Please trust me. Go!
Alright. Oh, shifting topics real quick. Sorry. So I watched that Watch Dogs 101 trailer. I'm totally getting Watch Dogs. I probably, you know, it's open world, so I'll probably just get lost in that game myself, guys. I'll probably stream some of it, but I don't think, you know, with open world games, they get so long and it's such a custom job, I like to just kind of sit back and enjoy it. And I've learned that those long series can be difficult for, just it would end up kind of taking over my channel. And I like to, you know, I like these kind of focused narrative games for my channel, and then it, you know, like to live stream the open world games, I feel, or just play them to play them. You know, if there's any DLC for Watch Dogs, I can record that because that's a bit more focused, you know. But As for now, I'm just getting it for myself. I'm really pumped about it. I've been waiting for this game for a little bit, but some of us got me worried. I don't know if you guys have been following anything about this game. But okay, so they have this new like kind of idea for multiplayer, where in this game, like hacking is really important. So if I'm playing my single player game and you're playing yours, at one point in time we can get into each other's games without the other person knowing. And then I can attempt to hack your shit and steal data off your phone. And if I do, like, I become stronger in my game later on. But I don't know, it's the same kind of thing that didn't work in Grand Theft Auto Online for me is... And I don't know, like, if you feel differently, let me know in the comments. But it's hard to... I don't know. The multiplayer online is a fucking, like, Mad Max post-apocalyptic wasteland. Everyone out there is, I mean, we are all a bunch of trolls. I love to get on there and I like to play. If somebody's talkative and nice and wants to like go explore and help, I'm all about that. But looking like the first 10 minutes of Grand Theft Auto Online, just killing each other, robbing each other, you couldn't get anywhere on the map without some dude trying to run you down in his car or shoot your butt. All these things, of course, in like COD, that's the point. But I just feel like, videos I watch of DayZ and Rust, which again, may be the point, but it's just people approach that. And so, of course, when I'm trying to enjoy a single-player game, here's the point of this whole rant here. The last thing I want to worry about is some troll coming into it and trying to mess my damn day up, in the game. It's stupid. The same thing kind of with Titanfall 2. I'm all about online multiplayer. I love playing games with friends. But it's also fun to have a portion of that game that is just... You don't need to be online. You don't need to have anyone else involved. You can play it on your own and enjoy it for that, And I don't like how they're kind of taking... I don't feel that... I'd like to think it's not a trend, but part of me is worried that it's going to become one. I don't want this to become a trend where, all these things become just like, I don't know, even how to say it rather than, oh man, how exactly do I want to say this? You know what? I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to think about it because my brain is kind of just all over the place, and I'm losing my train of thought. But I don't want to get trolled in a single player game, and I don't feel anyone else does either. I don't feel anyone is looking forward to that. I don't know if that's something they can change this late in the game. It comes out in fucking 2 weeks, so probably not. It's already shipped. It's sitting in the stores. I had a friend just text me though. We're already trying to figure out what band we're gonna do for Halloween because we play music together. So every Halloween, this local bar we have, they do this thing called the Great Halloween Cover Up, where you all pick bands you love, and you pair up with like 2 other bands.
Destroy the bridges! But we'll kill our own people. Any other non-believers?
Get off of me, you asshole! I've died twice here. I'm hoping this is the right time. Yes, it is. Spray that in the skull. But no, so he just sent me a text. Somebody just sent me a text. It was like, he just went on a tirade about how every year people do bands that are quote-unquote cool or ironic. But we all know we love certain bands that are these days not considered that. And we're afraid to say that.
Wait! The storms! It's too dangerous!
He said we're afraid to say that, so he's like, "This is a statement," because he wants to do Third Eye Blind. And I mean, we're gonna do it because I love the Red album and shit. I mean, this is like taking it back. There might be some kids watching this who are like, "Who the hell are Third Eye Blind?" They were a '90s rock band. They made one amazing album, and then whatever else they released after that didn't hold up. But that first album kicks a lot of ass, so I totally recommend going and grabbing that. But it's true, we were gonna do like Interpol or Wilco, I think, and we had been bouncing around Bob Dylan and some other kind of, I guess, like stereotypical shit. But this will be a lot of fun, so I'm pumped about that. We are probably gonna not practice for that for a while, but it's fun to go ahead and get ready for. God, the action set pieces in this game. Really cool ways of handling like the explosions and the camera angles of like, I love because they do almost like these I think like J.K. Dreamer had left a comment saying like, you know, there are parts of this game that are just like watching a movie, and they make like certain camera angles super cinematic, like this right here as it's all cutting back, and you're getting to watch the whole thing disappear. I think more games need to do that.
Lara! Lara! Come on! That's it. Come on! Ah! Come on, Lara!
It's them. I can't do this without you.
I'm sorry, Lara. I'm sorry. You can do this. Lara Croft.
No. No.
Are you okay, Lara?
Is she okay? Because it's all about Lara, isn't it? Have you forgotten that she's the reason we're here?
That's not fair, Reyes.
You're right. I shouldn't have said that. It's just... Roth. I don't know what we're gonna do without him.
Let's just find someplace safe and make preparations. He died as a warrior. We'll send him on as one.
That old PT boat on the beach. I should be able to fix it up.
It's worth a shot.
It doesn't matter. We're not getting off this island.
Come on, Lara. Don't talk like that. We just gotta regroup. Come up with a plan, you know?
You just don't get it. Any of you. Something won't let us leave.
Something? Lara, you need sleep.
Look, I'll be the first to admit that I usually go in for the weird stuff, but this place is off the charts.
I'm not dying here. I'm fixing that boat and we're leaving.
You know this island isn't right, Jonah. I know you do.
All I know is that we can't use logic to understand this place. I know you think your instincts are a weakness, but they're a strength. Trust them. We need you, Lara.
The big man's right.
I can't leave him yet. I need time.
You know where we'll be. Come down when you're ready. We won't go anywhere without you.
Keep this close. What am I gonna do?
You've got great instincts, girl. You've just got to trust them.
No one leaves. The storms. They're linked to the power of the Sun Queen. That's what's stopping us leaving.
The monastery has a ritual chamber. If that's what the Storm Guard are protecting, the answer to stopping the storms must be in there. A hidden river entrance.
The boat. I'm going to use it to go inland to the ritual chamber. Jonah! Reyes! Damn it. I should have gone with them.
All right, guys, and that is going to be the session. When we return, I will be back to live commentary that actually was recorded live during the game. So thanks. I hope you got to enjoy me being able to ramble at you for an hour or so, and that you're still enjoying these episodes. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and until next time.